welcome to our first episode of Barbell Conversations, where real men have real conversations about their mental illness, their mental health, how they look after themselves, and how working out has helped them with their mental illness. The first episode is going to be a little bit different because I will be interviewing myself. So enjoy, guys. G'day guys, my name's Michael Murphy and I'm the founder of Beyond the Barbell. I was diagnosed with depression about 15 years ago when I was about 19, 20, and I've been on and off medications ever since. I have regularly seen a psychologist and I have regular checkups with my GP. I have my good days and my bad days. It's affected my relationship with my family and my friends. It's gotten in the way of my work. It's interfered with my work. It's slowed me down in achieving all my goals and my dreams. However, I will not let my mental illness define me. With a strong support system, I will continue to live a life and I will continue to be the best version that I can be. The idea of Beyond the Barbell had been sitting with me for a while. So living with depression and being quite an introvert, having that connection, especially with other men, was something that I really struggled with. However, when I was at the gym, I was completely different. There was something inside me that would come out. A lot of people would kind of describe me as an extrovert. Most of my friends, my good friends, were made through the gym. The gym was my safe haven, and this was probably most evident a few years ago when my mental health almost got the best of me. So I had just received a job offer doing the two things I was most passionate about. That was education and fitness. So I was going to be training the personal trainers of tomorrow. Along with a successful personal training business that I was running, I was living the high life. I had more money than I knew what to do with, and I was wasting it on all things that I thought would make me happy, like a big screen TV. I bought a couple of bikes. I would buy new clothes every week, and I was renting a house that was just way too big for me. I was in a relationship that I thought was healthy. I thought we were happy and I thought we were going somewhere. But it was towards the end of 2015 that the cracks started to show in my perfect life. I was losing clients as I couldn't commit 100% to them because I was just so tired from working two jobs. My relationship was falling apart to the point where we ended up breaking up. I was starting to worry about my teaching job. Numbers started to drop. And I actually had a meeting with the manager and asked her if my job was safe for the next year, which she assured me it was. However, 3 days before we were supposed to go back after summer break, I was called into the manager's office and let go. It probably wasn't even a week after I was made redundant that I got a letter in the mail from Centrelink saying that I owed them a sum of money that they overpaid me when I was at uni about 5 years earlier. So now I had no job. I had a huge debt. All my money had been wasted on things that I didn't need, material things. And I was still heartbroken from the breakdown of my relationship. However, I thought I could fix that. I always wanted to get into research at university, so I thought now I don't have a job, I've got some more time on my hands, it's a perfect opportunity to do so. So I enrolled in an honours at university, and it probably wasn't even a month that I got into it that I just realised that I can't do this. I'm just not in the right headspace. I just couldn't do it. I felt helpless, and this kind of added to my depression that I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I wasn't smart enough. I was just useless. I was lucky that I had the support of my family. to help me get through that. But still, the pressure of this honours, having deadlines, having assessment tasks, was really starting to weigh on me. I was lost. I would find myself constantly crying for no reason. I would call my mum multiple times a week because I just needed that connection with someone. And I found myself that I couldn't talk because I thought I was going to break down into tears. I would isolate myself. I wouldn't leave the house for days. There'd be long periods of times where I wouldn't eat. I tried to sleep as much as possible just to avoid the pain of the depression. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't have suicidal thoughts during this time. I never thought that I would act on it, but I definitely did put thought into it. How I would call the police beforehand, just because I didn't want loved ones to be the ones that found me. I had documents prepared with all my account bank details and passwords, just to make it easier for my family if something was to happen. I was seriously lost. I had no idea what to do. I had no direction. I felt like I was hanging on by a thread. So the one constant thing I had during this time was going to the gym. It was a great escape for me. It was one place that I felt safe. And don't get me wrong, the working out was important to me, the being fit, the being healthy. We all know the benefits, but it was the connection that I had with the other people in the gym, especially the other guys. Like, we weren't best of mates, but I felt comfortable talking to them about, how my life was and how I was feeling. I wouldn't go into too much detail, but I could still go in and say, I've lost my job and, I'm not feeling great and I don't know what I'm going to do next. And they'd give you advice. The other good thing about it was, like, if I'd miss a session, I'd get a text message. There'd be a bit of banter in there, but the theme of the message was, where were you today? Is everything okay? You weren't in the gym today. And that kind of team environment that I felt at the gym, having those guys have my back. I was also lucky enough to meet the love of my life not long after everything had happened. And she was my rock. She supported me no matter what. In the past, I had told people about my mental illness, about my depression, and it would send them running for the hills. But when I told my now wife, she embraced my mental illness. She promised to support me through thick and thin, and I'll be forever grateful for that. I still have my ups and downs. I still get knocked down. I have my dark days. I have my dark weeks. I have dark months. But I know my mental health doesn't define who I am. And with a good support system and strategies to deal with these dark days, I will continue to live my life. So hopefully my story will help others open up, be brave, be vulnerable to speak about your mental illness, or you're struggling with your mental health. There's nothing wrong with mental illness, and we shouldn't be ashamed to speak up and ask for help.